Hi guys. As always, it's Nikki Knows Best. Advice comes from me and nowhere else. If you choose to use it, that's great. If not, that is fine as well. I would like to speak on what I discussed, one of the segments that I discussed yesterday regarding cheating. I briefly did mention one of the ways of cheating, which is confiding in a friend. That friend being someone that has motives. What does that mean? That means that person has emotional feelings for you, and you may have those feelings as well. Whether or not you friend zoned that person, that does not change what they feel for you. I feel like those kind of people, once you're in a serious relationship, they should kind of get not necessarily put on a back burner, but if you're trying to be in a serious relationship with someone, you need to kind of make sure that they understand that that's what you're focused on, so that they can step away to prevent any issues in your relationship. Because what happens with those kind of friends is you're confiding in them, you're telling them things that's going on in your current relationship, you're giving them ammunition to fuck your relationship up if they wanted to. And they're just sitting and they're waiting. And I'm not saying that they're bad people. I mean, they're just people and they just feel what they feel. And at the end of the day, what they want is you. So those are definitely not the people that you should be confiding in, but you do need to keep them at arm's length when you are in a serious relationship, because you're thinking that your significant other do not know or is not paying attention to this quote unquote friendship, but they are. And then you think that they're just being insecure or just bitching about this person, or that they're jealous of your best friend. And they may be, because they can see this relationship, they can see your feelings, both of your feelings for one another. And it's kind of like, okay, where does that leave them? If every time you and your significant other are having issues and you run into this person, you know what I'm saying? That's not who you should be talking to your problems about. You should find a mutual, common mutual third party to talk to, if what you're dealing with in your relationship is that bad to the point where you need to talk to somebody. I definitely would not suggest talking to someone who you already know has emotional feelings for you, and we can try and play like we don't know that these people feel these feelings, and you know. And if you genuinely love who you're with and want to make things work, you know, you need to set those other people aside. Another thing, another type of person that you should not be confiding in, and that we should be able to tell, are people called frenemies. We all know who those people are in our lives, and I did look up what a frenemy is. The first language of a frenemy is sarcasm. They love making cutting remarks, usually in the presence of others. What that means is they say slick shit around other people. It can be something that you confided in them with, and they just, all of a sudden just slip out. Ain't nothing just slip out. You plant that. You know what I'm saying? So when they be like, oh, I was just kidding, after they said something slick out their mouths. And I always tell people, there's always some truth in every joke that comes out of every person's mouth. And my thing is, own up to it. You said it, you meant it. That's it. Let's just leave it at that. Don't say, oh, well, I was just joking. No, you wasn't. You meant it. I can respect you more if you just own up to what you said, and that's the end of it. But when you try and pull it back and be like, oh, well, I was just joking. No, you wasn't. A friend of me is never just joking. Anybody is never just joking. But this is pertaining to a friend of me. Flattery. Frenemies often employ excessive and insincere praise early in a relationship. Over time, they begin to replace it with criticism and insult. Never mistake the flattery of a frenemy for the encouragement and support of a confidant. So they'll say stuff in the beginning of your friendship, quote unquote friendship, but like it says, don't mistake that flattery as encouragement. It's a way for you to build up your trust with them, so that they're able to pull you down and break you down when they're ready. It also says criticism. Your friends have genuine concern about your personal challenges and will address them privately. However, a frenemy is always on the lookout for the pain in your life, and they will point it out publicly every single time. So, in relationships, it can, whoever it is, it can be your boss, it can be some family members, near or far, it doesn't matter. You can tell who your frenemy is because they're always trying to say different things. And you can very well be looking at their lives and look like their lives are, well put together. But it's something about you that person wants, that they're jealous of, which is what make them a frenemy, which is what made them gravitate to you. So that they can break you down because they don't like to see that you are happy and that they're miserable. A frenemy, 9 times out of 10, like I said, has it all, but still are not satisfied because it's something that you have that they want and that they're jealous about. Some are just negative, while the caring criticism of a trusted friend should be heard, the cutting remarks of a frenemy should not. Then also it says sabotage. A frenemy does not want you to enjoy success. In fact, they will occasionally plot your failure. Frenemies ultimately result to passive-aggressive behavior or sabotage. A frenemy will bring up a private matter in public setting. Then they will leverage it against you rather than handling it with you discreetly. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have your good interests at heart. So understand who it is that you're confiding and who you're trusting your business to. I always tell people, probably be good to talk to a stranger. That's what that common mutual third party. Let it be a stranger because a lot of people are afraid to open up to other people about their relationship because they don't want nobody in their business. But if you look at it, talking to a stranger, they don't know you. Therefore, there's no judgment there. You know what I'm saying? So you can open up and talk to this person. A lot of times, all we need to do is talk. And if we don't have anybody to talk to, then that puts us in a real, fucked up position because you just end up talking to anybody that'll listen. What they say about listening ears. The last one is intuition. Behavior of a frenemy will usually set off an early warning alarm. Trust your intuition. You should heed the unrelenting feeling that someone has an ulterior motive and seeking your friendship. That's just what I said before. I have learned that frenemies do not generally harbor ill will driven by envy or animosity. However, you should readily acknowledge destructive relationships and handle them quickly. So once you spot these people out, you need to deal with that. We all get into the point where, we want to have a certain amount of friends and things like that. I don't have any friends and I'm perfectly fine with it. I may have people that I chat with occasionally and things like that, but I keep my circle very small. That way I'm not worried about my information. Not that I have shit going on, but I have a peace of mind because these kind of people, they're always lurking around and just watching and waiting and wanting what you have. Like I said, they can have a lot of things going for themselves and you actually looking at their lives like, why they want to fuck my life up? What's wrong with theirs? That's just how some people are. Those are some questions that I don't even believe that can really be answered. Some people just have it in their hearts to, be envious and jealous. There's nothing we can do about that. But like I said, know who your frenemies are, get rid of them. Those are not the people that you should be confided in. And then these quote-unquote best friends, it can be the same sex. Now the way the world is now, it can be same sex or it can be the opposite sex. That's your quote-unquote best friend. Those are not the people that you should be confided in. And once you get in a relationship, make sure they understand that you are in a relationship and that y'all can't have the same friendship that y'all had prior to that relationship, especially when you know this person harbors emotional feelings for you. And we're not crazy. We all know who has certain feelings for us. We know. You can act like you don't know, but you know. But you definitely want to be careful with that if you're looking to have a successful relationship. That's just my advice. Like I said, if you choose to use it, that's fine. If not, that's fine as well. Either way, I appreciate you guys viewing.